Hey, there's spoilers here. Also, I'm not going to edit this because it's like 40 minutes long. Okay, thanks. And we're live. All right, go
Hi,
ahead and introduce yourself.
uh, my name's Sheun, although everyone else just calls me Sheun. I have no idea why. Um, I've been playing this game for 3 years. I can't remember. It's been that long. It just
Okay.
sort of blows together. Sometime towards the end of Shadow Breeders, I joined. I know that much at least.
I think it's been closer to 3 years, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's getting up there.
yeah, I feel like it might even be past 3 years if you really looked into it, but I wouldn't swear to that. Feels like it has been.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly. And I've been part of this FC pretty much the entire time as well, was the thing.
yeah, I don't think you ever had different FC, did you?
Uh, I joined like another FC like once for about 5 minutes,
Yeah.
but other than that,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, I've
Um,
been here since I started basically.
yeah. Yeah, it's been a long time. Um,
Yeah.
for the people that haven't got to talk to you because you are Australian, you're kind of on at weird hours for some people sometimes. Uh,
God, yeah.
you don't really have just one class that you play, so I can't really. I guess I can still ask you what your
Yeah.
favorite one is. I mean, it was Black Mage for
Oh,
a long time, but
it Black Mage. I like the numbers, but also just Warrior. I've gotten the. Oh, I don't have a good enough on that. Uh, I've gotten both for warrior mounts. Like I have played it a lot.
yeah.
Honestly, it's a bit ridiculous.
Honestly, I didn't think you were gonna pick Warrior as your other favorite. I thought you were gonna say Scholar again.
Yeah, Scholar's also pretty up there. That's my favorite healer at the very least.
I gotcha. I gotcha. So
Yeah, I just like the Unga Bunga.
the Unga Bunga is definitely attractive to a lot of people, especially now
Yeah,
since Endwalker released, because Unga Bunga just is too angry to
yeah, the
die all the
funny
time.
monkey flip and all
Yeah.
that is so good. I love
The
it.
self healing is ridiculous in the dungeons. You
It
literally
is.
cannot die unless
Yes.
you screw up. Uh, it's a
Oh,
little unfair
it's.
almost to some other classes. Oh.
But yeah, you're saying I have weird hours.
Mm-hmm.
That's because I work a night shift job. So
Yeah.
even by normal standards, I keep really weird hours. So like 2 in the morning or like midday is the only times I can play basically. Because otherwise
Right.
I'm asleep or working.
Right. Speaking of, I always get confused about your Australian time zones. It's so far away. Like, it's 8 p.m. here. What time is it over there now?
It is 11 a.m. right
Jesus.
now. I literally just woke up.
That's fair.
It is. I
That's
do
fair.
not lead a healthy life outside of this game.
I
It
mean, I
is
don't
not
think
good.
very many of us do, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I really live up to the name of no sleep because
Yeah.
my Fitbit is saying I got like 2 hours of sleep. It's
That's a healthy amount.
horrendous.
That's good. Yeah. Honestly, you probably cut that down by at least 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Uh,
it does say it's 2 hours 44. I feel like I can
oh,
aim for at least 1:30.
yeah, yeah, it's good to set goals, really.
Yeah, I just slept in because today's my day off. So
Oh, okay,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah, it's good to catch up on that extra hour of sleep.
exactly.
Oh, man.
God.
So, I mean, I don't know, we've been playing this game together for basically the whole time that you've been playing the game,
Yeah,
it seems like.
it's a bit ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah,
Holy.
it's I can't really ask you a lot that I don't already know the answer to, but for for the people that don't know you as well, what is
Yeah,
since you've beaten, like, obviously you're caught up with everything story-wise.
exactly.
What was your favorite expansion?
Oh, probably Shadowbringers.
Yeah.
It's peak.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I feel like it just capitalizes on all the emotional tones and story beats, just all in one. Very nice. Like Endwalker's a good wrap up
Hmm.
for everything, but Shadowbringers is just a lot more emotionally complex stuff.
It's interesting to me since Shadowbringers is my favorite too. Like at this point, it was
Yeah.
up there with Heaven's Ward, like they were neck and neck, and then the 5.3
Yeah.
patch happened, and then that pushed it over the
Ooh.
edge for me.
Yeah, it's definitely the patches that push
Yeah,
it over the edge.
yeah, it gives it that
Sea to
electric oomph.
Sacrifice is
Oh
probably
yeah,
my favorite trial.
yeah, that and the cut scene afterwards. I still
Yes.
can't. I still can't. It still gets
That's so
me.
good.
Oh man,
Yeah.
the interesting thing to me about Shadowbringers, because it was pointed out to me at one point in time, and I can't stop thinking about it now, is that Shadowbringers has been described as essentially the beach episode of Final Fantasy XIV, but it's such a
I
good.
mean, technically, I guess it kind of is. It's the we're in an alternate world for a bit episode or arc, I guess. It is still important to the story, but yeah.
No, it is. It is still important in its own ways,
Definitely
but when you
is.
think about it, it is really just like you kind of got isekai somewhere else, or
We really
like
did.
along with all your friends, and you just had a wacky adventure, and then you came home, and then
Yeah.
no one else was the
I,
wiser.
I definitely do appreciate Ed Walker for pulling the we know we can't take the Warrior of Light, so we'll just take your friends.
Right? Yeah.
Like they're aware of it and all that sort of thing.
How did you feel
I,
about Endwalker now that the patches have hit and
I,
everything? You've had time to sort of digest it.
um, I love the main content, like just the base expansion. I feel
Hmm.
like the patches kind of fell through for me with how hard they pushed the themes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like the Void, that should have been its own thing instead of MSQ. I feel
Really? You think
like
it? They
that could
should
have been
have.
like a Eureka or something.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah,
there is still kind of a chance that it could be in the future, in my
yeah,
opinion.
definitely.
Um,
I feel like they wrapped it up a bit too fast, as all.
yeah, I can agree with that. I kind of have a bias because the patch content for
Yeah,
Endwalker was heavily revolving around FF4, which was my favorite. So
yeah. I am also a bit sad that Anima got turned into just a dungeon boss.
that is
But yeah,
disappointing. Yeah, I will say that. Dungeon Boss Anima was not as good as what Trial Anima probably
yeah.
could have been.
I
Um,
mean, granted, compared to the other Endwalker trials, fair enough. But yeah,
I don't know. I like the Endwalker trials, to be honest.
yeah,
The the final one of the MSQ that obviously there's going to be a spoiler warning ahead of all this stuff, so I'm just going
yeah,
to talk about it. But the like change in tone after you use your LB3 and then they do the same attack again and you can't use it and all that felt really nice.
exactly.
And just content wise, when you do the trial against Golbez, I actually really like that fight, just in general.
Yeah, Goldberg was a standout for me.
Yeah,
I love being a sympathetic villain, honestly.
yeah, and
So
I
good.
I appreciate it because he's spoilers for FF4, I guess a little bit, but he's kind of a sympathetic villain there too, and so they bring
Yeah,
that back around, and they did that kind of justice, and I like that.
yeah,
Uh,
definitely.
Now, as far as because you've done a lot of content comparatively to a
Yes.
lot of the other people in the FC.
Off mental, off.
The
Both trade and battle mental.
right, we both have those, but you've also
Yeah.
done like some savages and stuff too on top of that.
Yes. I did a lot of tier one of Endwalker.
Yeah,
I did kind of stop after that just because like statics fell through and stuff like that.
yeah.
And also just work got busier, but yeah. I've
It's
definitely gotten into the culture of it all.
it's hard to stay on a static schedule
It,
with a job.
yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Um,
Especially a part-time job.
yeah, part-time job, or like in my case with the rotating shifts every quarter. Like
Yeah,
that's,
it's
yeah,
rough.
that's a nightmare. um,
Because you always want to be like having 2 days where you roll it and harm it. So
Ideally,
it's
yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
we tried that like super casual ultimate rating group thing where it was like
it
once a
did not
week
work.
occasionally, and obviously we didn't get that
We just
far.
spent all our time progging.
Yeah, well, we couldn't get a whole group together. That was one of the problems too, is that nobody was off at the same time that was consistently
Yeah.
available. So you had to fill like 3 slots with pugs, and then you had to go through that whole process again. Um,
Or people would just say, like, not say they're not coming or something like that, and
yeah,
just not show up.
which happens a
Yeah,
lot.
it's rough.
But
Stuff happens.
yeah, it
Can't be
does.
too bad about it, but yeah.
It does. It does. But the stuff that you've actually like been able to do, what do you think is your favorite out of all the things that you've done?
Oh, that's a tough one.
Hmm.
Um, it's definitely probably taking Delibrum Resume, the Bosher instance thing, whatever, as a Dragoon, because we didn't have any tanks in the entire alliance.
That was for the normal one, right? Not when you did the savage one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I tried the Savage one. Holy hell! I got to the first boss. I got
Yeah.
past the top boss.
That's good. I think that's probably more than a lot of people have done, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
I don't know how many DR savages are actually going now. I feel like none.
I think there's like a dedicated route for it. Yeah.
Probably the same ones that set up the Baldessian
Yeah,
Arsenal
it
runs.
is.
Yeah.
It is.
They'd be about the only ones that could pull it off at this point in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot of mechanics. It's wild.
The so since you played about 3 years or so, the game has still changed a bit in that time. Not as bad as from like 2.0 to now, as far as classes and
Yeah.
stuff go. But what was your what was your favorite time to play like your favorite classes? Was it back in Shadowbringers, or do you prefer it now with like the 2 minute burst window thing?
Uh, it was definitely Shadowbringers. Like, I started to main Monk at the end of Shadowbringers, so I got really used to that rotation.
Right.
Uh, that and Ninja back then. It's a lot more difficult now,
Hmm.
because there's a lot more to think about.
Do you catch yourself
Yeah.
still trying to do the monk positionals?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, 100%. I just do it out of habit. It's muscle
Yeah.
memory.
Yeah, I caught myself doing that too. I didn't even main monk. I barely touched it, but it was still ingrained
Yeah.
in my skill set. This is like I have to be on this side. I have to be on this side. I have to be behind him. Hurry up, hurry up. And none of it matters anymore.
It really doesn't.
uh
Yeah, it is a bit saddening with how much they've simplified stuff.
yeah.
And then you look at Ninja where. Oh, maybe.
Hello.
Uh, hi. Then you look at Ninja where it's like you have to press 6 or 7 buttons in the burst window.
Mhm.
And it's a bit rough.
It is a little bit rough for ninjas, yeah. There is a reason why I don't really play ninja anymore. It
Yeah.
was something that I did all the way up through Shadowbringers, and it wasn't that bad, but it progressively got a little bit
Yeah.
worse. Um, the
Like,
kind,
theoretically, on
mhm.
paper, I like Ninja, but actually playing it just hurts my fingers.
It
It's like old
feels
Summoner.
it feels clunky, and the
Yeah.
yeah, and you messing up your what are they called, the mudras,
Yeah.
um, and and having that just entirely screw your DPS for for like the whole fight.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's too much punishment if you miss like a
Yeah,
second or something.
yeah, yeah. If I mess up a skill with samurai like one time, that's not a big deal. I can
Yeah,
just reset the rotation and fix it. But ninja gets very heavily punished for that kind of thing.
definitely.
Now,
Haha, Rabbit Gripper.
yeah, rabbit of shame, go burr, indeed. Um, Now we are sitting here in Foundation, kind of close to Fort Tom Manor. This you said this is your favorite spot. Why is that?
I just like Ishkan. I like the snow. Like, I'm Australian, so
Mm,
obviously not much snow here. There's a little bit, but I've never seen it. So I have
really?
a little bit of a fascination with snow. I
So
always wanted to go see it, so.
I guess I never thought about it. It never snows in Australia.
There's like one or two spots where it does, but it's also like supplemented with artificial snow. Well,
They do like the soap shavings.
I think it's like shaved ice or something like that. I
Oh,
don't know.
okay. Yeah, that
I
would
don't know
work
how
too.
they do it.
Yeah. Huh. I
But yeah,
never
like
never really thought about that. I always thought there
the,
was at
the,
least
the
like
thing with
hmm?
the thing with snow with me is like I almost had the opportunity to go visit snow at school, but then
Hmm.
I moved like the year before I was meant to
Right.
go. So I never got the chance, which is kind of sad because all my siblings got to do that and all that.
Hmm.
So yeah, it just feels like I've missed out on it a bit.
No, you should definitely find a way to actually interact with some snow
Yeah,
sometimes. That's
definitely.
the only part of winter that I enjoy around here.
Yeah,
And
make a
it's
big
just
snow
nice looking.
angel.
Yeah, yeah, and it's fun. It's fun to ski down and do all sorts of stuff with.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. You should definitely check it out if you have a chance to go anywhere during the snowy season. Um,
Yeah, but till then, this is peak role play.
this is the closest I can get. This is
Yeah,
just close your eyes and pretend.
I just like turn my aircon down to like 16 degrees Celsius.
Blow a fan on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Throw some shaved ice on your head. Well, so this is your favorite area for that. Do you have your house though is in Old Da, right?
Yeah, it's in the gauntlet because that
Yeah.
was the only thing available. Back when, with the old housing system where you had to like break your
Stand.
fingers.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you tried at all since the lottery system was implemented to get to a different house?
Uh, Not really. Mainly because I'm saving up for a medium.
Yeah.
Uh, if I can afford one, it's definitely gonna be here though. 100%.
Okay. I do
Yeah.
see them pop up fairly often in this area for sale.
Yeah,
Just
I just haven't
saying.
been able to check lately during the lottery period.
Yeah.
I should really get on that. I'm
Yeah.
horrible with like the weekly rotation stuff, like the hackathon and all that.
Yeah,
Oh,
I have seen a few medium and large houses in this area come up. I never bid on them myself because I stick to lavender beds. That's my baby.
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But I see these houses come up a lot, so you should have a decent chance at least before Dawn Trail. So get on
Yeah,
that.
definitely. Speaking of lavender beds,
Mhm.
I miss the old FC house so much,
I
man.
kind of do too. If I'm being honest with you, like I'm glad that we got the large house in Shiro, and I'm glad
Yeah,
it's on top of the
definitely.
hill and stuff. But I would trade it
Looking
for a
over all the
large,
peasants.
right? And we keep losing our neighbor. Our neighbor's house is gone again. Have you
Yeah,
noticed?
it's sold now. Yeah, I've been looking at it. I was tempted to bid on it just as a joke, but nah.
Right. I've almost done that myself too, but I'm like, then I'd lose my house here. I don't want to lose my lavender bed's
Yeah,
house.
exactly. It's not worth it.
No, no.
I don't need two houses in the same place.
I would honestly want to put the FC house back in lavender beds if it was just up to me. But
Yeah,
that is a big money investment. And I'd
it
hate to
really
disappoint
is.
everybody else that does like it. So,
And all the new people who don't have the nostalgia.
right, exactly.
Um,
Occasionally that old like FC plot pops up for sale or like one like right next to it and I'm like, "Yes, I'm going to bid on a house like right there."
yes.
And I never win. Uh,
Yeah,
well,
I just like the lounge room. It was comfy.
it was, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I like what we have going on right now. It is a little bit crowded, but I do like the greenery. I'm a sucker for greenery stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
That's why my own like private house is decked out like that. But I can't change the
Yeah.
decor in the FC house, or Saren will yell at me. So
Wait.
yeah. Hey, you played D&D with her. You played this game with her. You know she yell at
That's
me.
true. That's true.
Uh,
You'll get the alphabet soup and
I
it'll spell
will.
out I
I
hate you or
will. I
something like
will. I will
that.
get rationed down to less than a single letter of alphabet soup per day. That's
If you're
what will
lucky,
happen.
you'll get a B.
I will. Yeah, that's the nutritious day. The bee has more vitamins in it.
Exactly, it's bigger.
I feel good on those days. I have a lot of more energy. Uh,
Yeah,
right. I'm gonna be in so much trouble when this interview releases.
well, that's assuming she watches.
Yeah, that's true. She might not even watch. Nobody say anything. If you're watching this
Yeah,
in the future, nobody say anything.
yeah. Don't tell her.
Yeah, yeah, it's our secret. Shh.
Don't be.
So,
We'll know.
so Dawn Trail. I assume you've watched most of the trailers and stuff for Dawn
Yeah,
Trail. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. How do you feel about
Uh,
that?
um, my expectations are kind of tempered, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the spoiler stuff that they couldn't show too much of. That
Hmm.
looks exciting,
Hmm.
but other than that, if it's just gonna be like dungeons where it's just ads, boss, boss,
Yeah.
boss, I'm just, I don't know.
Did
I don't know
you
how to feel about it.
did you see the part where they said that they realized that the content was getting a little bit too easy and they were going to work on actually making it
Yeah,
harder?
I definitely saw that, and
Okay.
I think they were talking about the rotations as well with that.
That'd be good,
Yeah.
because honestly, the samurai rotation is a little bit boring now.
Bring back
They
Kaiden.
took my chitin, and I'll never forgive them. Those sons of bitches. They keep it in the PvP, but only after the dash. I will find Yoshi P.
I
I
miss
know
it.
where he lives. He's in Japan somewhere. That's all I
Close
need.
enough. I mean, Ogi is a pretty decent replacement, but it's not Kaiten.
It feels nice, yeah, but chitin was
I wanted
so.
Kaiten into Ogi.
Yeah, exactly. It flowed so well into all the rest of the skills. It looked like it belonged there, and then they took it out. And I was like, that's really
Exactly.
disappointing. Like, it doesn't feel nearly as fun to play now as it did.
Yeah. I am a bit worried because they said they're reworking Dragoon as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And don't mind me just flexing my fully leveled Aroma Born.
You can't just take your spear out in public and wave it around like that. You need to put that away.
Yeah. But they did mention they're going to be reworking it as well,
Yeah, which, I
which is
mean,
a bit sad. I like how it flows, but I can understand why.
I like it too. There is definitely a period during the rotation that's really busy.
Yeah, definitely.
I
But
do
like, that's not a
like,
bad thing.
no, it's not. It's not. And I do like that they changed how it kind of locks you in, how it used to lock you in position for some of the jumps for a really
Yeah.
long time.
There is still a bit of drift with Star Diver.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is, yeah. But
That's the main thing that needs to be fixed, if you ask me.
yeah, I could see that. That's for the sweaty people though, the ones doing the top
Yeah.
level content. Shun.
I mean, it cuts a second into your GCD.
It does.
It's noticeable.
I know. I know. Even on the level that I play it, I realize that happens.
Yeah.
But I do. I'll be cautiously optimistic. I kind of have the same outlook as you do about
Yeah.
Dawn Trail. Like I'm looking forward to new like areas. I'm looking forward to if they
Like,
do make things
I
harder.
trust they'll make something decent, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be hard to top like Shadow Bridges and Endwalker.
It's yeah. That's why I have my expectations tempered, just because
Yeah.
Endwalker and Shadowbringers were like two really important periods for the game. They Shadowbringers was just amazing on its own, and then Endwalker, like you literally ended 10 years worth of story there. It's gonna be really
Yeah.
hard
So
to match that.
I hope it's something different.
Yeah,
Is all.
yeah.
And
I
it definitely seems like it's trying to do that at least.
I think so. The have you run the benchmark yet?
Yes, I did. I got
Okay.
extremely high.
Nice.
Very
Nice.
nice.
That's bear in mind then. I have to upgrade my graphics card. I got very high, which is still good. But when I start
Yeah.
doing, shaders and stuff,
Cough.
when we start doing G shade and stuff, it's gonna. I tested it out on the benchmark and it tanked me a lot more than I wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
It's a
what
bit
about
rough.
the new classes that they introduced? Are you excited for either one of those?
I'm excited for Painter.
Really?
Um, I feel like if I start talking about Viper,
Hmm.
I'm gonna start ranting. So,
Does it remind you of other
uh,
games? I know what I'm
uh,
doing.
the Cliff Notes version of why I don't like Viper is just the two-bladed sword.
Yeah.
I always just find that trope silly. It's it's dumb. It doesn't
I'm
work in real life. It's so dumb.
I'm okay with it for the cool factor, but
Yeah,
it reminds me of, and no one ever hardly ever has played this, even though it's a sequel to one of the most popular SNES games. Reminds me of the protagonist from Chrono Cross
oh
because
hell yeah.
yeah, because he used something kind of like that, except it stayed in one piece.
Yeah, that's more Enclave,
It is,
which
yes.
like that's its own separate thing,
Yeah.
but just attaching two swords together is silly.
I'll be honest, when they dropped the first job trailer, I was not actually that excited about it. I thought that the skills
Yeah,
looked kind of boring and stuff.
exactly.
It was actually only when the benchmark came out and I saw it kind of in action in some of those scenes that I started to kind of
Yeah,
look
that
forward
like
to it.
limit break thing it does. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's cool.
yeah.
I'm sure it'll be fine, but it just looks like a knockoff Reaper, honestly.
And it could be. It very well could be.
Yeah,
I feel like between the two classes, Viper is the one that I'll probably try first because I'm much more of a melee DPS than I am a
yeah,
magical
that's me.
like ranged.
Yeah, I probably won't play any of the new classes through Dawn Trail. Just I tend to not play the new classes until
Hmm.
everyone else has already done it, just because queues get really annoying.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it's not something I'll probably do right away because the first thing I'll want to do is the
Yeah,
MSQ stuff. Like,
exactly.
I'll be jumping in that, and then I won't have the new classes leveled yet, and I won't want to wait. And I know me, so
Yeah,
I'll go through most
exactly.
of that, and then I'll work on those new classes. But unless they
I'm just
absolutely butcher
happy that
samurai,
I'll. Oh yeah, for sure. But I've noticed the new skill that they get in the benchmark. It looks nice.
yeah, it
It's
does.
like a new Shoha kind of thing.
Yeah, I saw that too. I took note of that, and I'm like, ooh, all right.
Hmm?
That's like the only new thing that I saw for it, and I'm like, is that gonna
Yeah,
be like my only skill, and the rest are gonna be just upgraded of my basic skills? Like,
I feel like, but yeah, the thing with skills at the moment is there is a lot of them
there
right
are.
now.
Yeah.
Um, I'm not too fussed if we just get all upgrades, honestly,
I
because it's getting a bit ridiculous.
About the only class that I have that has any room left on the skill bar is Summoner. So,
Yeah, and that's just because it got reworked.
right, that's just because of the rework. Before the rework, I had no spots left for Summoner. And then after it, I've got like maybe a third of my hotbar set up free still that I could do, but the rest of
Yeah,
them are full with like three full hotbars. So,
and even if they do add new abilities, it's gonna be like I'm having to press Shift Zero or stuff like
oh
that.
no, I can't do that. I don't have an MMO mouse. I just have a basic ass
Yeah,
mouse with two side buttons.
same.
So one is for control, one is for shift, and that's how I do my skills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dance is gonna get a bit ridiculous. I
Oh,
think.
yeah. That'd be a.
Just because, like, the fan dances, there's
Hmm.
so many fan dances.
There
So
are, yeah,
much.
yeah. Robin can look forward to that. Uh, Robin can look forward to that. I'm sure she'll appreciate
Yeah.
that. Uh,
I think Red Mage is just getting another combo extender, which is gonna be weird.
yeah, it will be. It will definitely be weird. It's just going to extend the amount of time that you can't cast a raise on some party member.
Sorry, I'm DPSing. Just
Sorry,
doesn't raise the
I
entire fight.
can't interrupt my melee combo. Can't res you. Sorry, hold on. Wait, 8
I
more
can't stop
seconds.
moving or I'll die.
Oh
But
man,
yeah,
that's
like I wouldn't mind upgrades to like Burstone and Fire.
hmm,
That's just me.
hmm. Oh man, I don't think there's a whole lot left to talk about, honestly. So Shun, what
Yeah,
can you tell me about Near Lore?
a lot,
Uh,
a lot,
yeah, I know, I know,
a lot.
I know. Uh,
Yeah, I tend to just forward information on a lot of things that don't matter.
yeah, so actually, that will actually kind of tie into the next question. So I know what to talk to you about if I just want to hear you like rant about something for a long time.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
for other people that don't know you as well, what sort of things outside of Final Fantasy have your interest?
Uh, Mate, like the thing about that question is a lot of it's all sort of tied together.
Yeah.
Mostly in video games, but a lot of it's just escapism.
Hmm.
Like, long story short, it's just escapism stuff.
Yeah.
So, just like video games in general, or things with big lore and stories behind them
Hmm.
that I can really delve into.
I think a lot of us
Yeah,
do escapism to some point that play this game,
yeah.
honestly. So I mean, I've definitely
'Cause-
been guilty of doing it in this game.
yeah. Because I don't have much outside of like work and this game
Yeah.
and sleep.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely just something to get into.
Yeah. Yeah. So to kind of throw my 2 cents in there from what I've experienced with as far as you go and your interests and stuff, talk to Shun about Nier. Talk to Shun about Xenoblade Chronicles,
Yes.
um, and then to an
It's so
extent, I
dumb.
believe Kingdom Hearts. Correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't like Kingdom Hearts, but I
But you
understand
know,
it, and I don't like that I
you're one of
do.
5 people that
I,
understand it, and I think that includes the person
there are
that probably
dozens of
wrote it.
us. Dozens.
Uh,
Uh, can also just talk to me about like swords.
just swords.
And my doctors are on the fence about me being autistic.
I mean, hey, you do have very specific interests. I will say that, and you
Yeah.
know a lot. I have experienced that you know a lot about the things that you have an interest in, which can be a sign. I know that, but I'm also not a doctor, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say that you are. But I have seen
There's
signs.
definitely signs.
Yeah, I have seen signs. Yes.
Definitely. Oh
Um,
god. Something committing nearly every single rotation to memory. It's bad.
to
Oh
a very to a very precise degree. Yeah, I can
yeah. Like
I can see
I've
that.
been maining Gunbreaker lately.
Hmm.
Just because of how long the rotation is, I love it.
It is a fun
It's
rotation.
good.
I will give
It
you that.
is, but it's also like 5 minutes
It
long
is
until
very
it
long.
loops.
Yes. It's the tank that I play when I want to actually think a little bit, just like the
Yeah,
littlest
exactly.
bit.
It's a thinking man's job.
It is. Yeah, it is. It feels the most interactive between all the tanks right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. If you
Yeah.
really want to feel like you're doing something, play Gunbreaker as a tank. Um,
It really makes you feel like a Gunbreaker.
it really does. It makes you feel like you're holding a gunblade.
Yeah. Like Dark Knight's also pretty good, but that's if I just want to do damage.
It is. It is
That's
pretty
my
good.
DPS one. Because
Gunbreaker
it's
is
a bit more unga bunga, but
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Gunbreaker is much more about interactivity. Dark Knight, I like the aesthetic of Dark Knight, and I like the way it
Yeah,
plays.
definitely. Totally
The
not flexing my Dark Knight glam right now.
you've shown a few glamours since we've been here.
Just a few. Just a few.
Just a few, yeah, just a few. That's okay. That's like half this game is showing off glamour. So
Yeah,
Here.
definitely. Like,
Right.
I wouldn't say I'm like the most aesthetically minded person, but goddamn, this game has a lot of options.
It does. It has a lot of options. There is a lot of room to express yourself in this game and the
Yeah,
things that you
definitely.
like. Yep.
I'll just show off a few more of my claims.
Okay.
That's my ranged. That's my
Mm.
caster. Uh, this is my tomboy hooters buddy girl.
Right.
That's caster with the top. What else do I have? Oh yeah, Namasu.
I
That's
noticed that some of these are just gear changes, not actual like glamour plates,
yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
A lot of them are glamour plates, but some of them are like class specific.
Mm.
So like my red mage one, it has the hat, so it doesn't work on other stuff.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
PP classic
Classic.
ranges.
Yep. I don't see
Yeah,
that one very often.
yeah. It's new, but I can only use it on black mage.
Oh, that'd be why. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's
Gotcha.
my like it's guardian one.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, it's fancy.
Huh.
What else do I have? I made this glamour in preparation for Dawn Trail. Cute little explorer.
Yeah, I
I
can see
think.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's from the Island Sanctuary, right? They were prepping us this whole
Yes.
time. They knew what they were doing.
Yeah. Shocker.
Right? Right? This is actually a planned out game. Who would have thought?
Wow.
Oh
And I
yeah.
made this full
Yeah, the
camera.
Gleaner one. Yeah, I actually really like
Yeah,
that
it's
coat.
nice.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
good,
I
isn't it?
wasn't expecting it. It
No,
was
me
good.
neither. It's real good. It's I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, well, I mean we're oh damn, we're almost at the 40-minute mark at this point.
Damn.
Right? Right?
I wasn't
Didn't
expecting that.
didn't think it was gonna be that long. No. I guess to wrap up,
That's what she
anything.
said.
Right. I guess to wrap up, anything else that you can think of to mention that people should know about you, or just
uh,
anything you want to add?
Beast Tribes are hell. Don't do it. Do positive for leveling. Crafting is a money sink. It's not worth it if you're going into it for the money. Unless you're really, really, really into it. I
You-
have all my crafters leveled. I got up to bested slot once. Don't do it.
Crafting's a trap, everybody. You heard it here first.
Yeah. You have to spend like hundreds of materia
It's
getting to bested slot. It is
it
ridiculous.
is
You have to
definitely
live in the
yeah.
game to do it.
Yeah, it is definitely a time sink. It is a gill sink at the beginning.
Yeah.
You can make it back, but it has to be basically your main job.
Yes.
And you have to have a lot of free time
Like,
to be able to constantly adjust your prices on the market board.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's not a sort of, oh, I'll just do it once a week thing. It's
No.
you have to be here every day
No,
for hours at a time.
you basically have to be Ryami and
Yeah.
just like log in, gather, craft, and then spend hours doing that.
I'm still sad about us losing all of that gil. I feel so bad for him
Yeah.
as
Well, he
well.
did. I mean, he paid it back. So.
Yeah, yeah. Because he had like 8 retainers all
Oh
full
yeah.
to max skill.
Yeah. No, I felt bad for him. Yeah, because I know he was out a lot.
Yeah.
But I also I had a lot of faith that he'd be able to make it back, and
Yeah, definitely.
I'm sure he's fine by this point. He's got another alt character.
Yeah, and another FC.
No, in this one,
Uh, oh,
yeah,
oh yeah, yeah,
something
yeah.
Rose or something. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head now.
Yeah. I just know when I see Ryami log in
Hmm.
that it's probably time for me to sleep.
Yes,
'Cause,
yes, that used to be the sign for me to go to bed too, because he would log in at like 7 a.m. my time, and I had like an evening
yeah,
shift job where I'd get there at like 2, and so I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, I should probably sleep.
Nowadays he logs in at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, I've noticed
for
he's on
me.
at different times now. I guess he's adjusted to retired life at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
Um, well, I guess one final question then. So, how has the death of Steve Irwin personally affected you?
I'll never forgive the Stingray.
And that's all we have time for. Thank you, everybody, and good night.